Have you ever wondered what a simple leg cramp could really mean? What if it's not just tired muscles, but the early whisper of something far more dangerous building inside your veins? Hey there, welcome back to Health Integration. If you're new here, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell, because every week we bring you powerful natural health tips that could literally save your life or someone you love. Now, let's dive right into today's critical topic. The hidden danger in your legs. What blood clots are really doing to your body. You feel a cramp, maybe some swelling, maybe a strange heaviness in your legs. You stretch, you rest, you think it's nothing. But what if it's not just poor circulation? What if what's happening inside you is the beginning of something far more serious? The silent threat. Blood clots in the legs. Blood clots, especially in the deep veins of the legs, are more common than most people realize. They can form slowly, without pain or warning, and when they do, they can lead to swelling, tightness or warmth in the calf, red or discolored skin, pain that feels like a pulled muscle. The medical term is deep vein thrombosis, DVT. Left untreated, a clot can travel from your leg to your lungs, causing a pulmonary embolism, a potentially fatal event. Why are you at risk? You don't need to be in a hospital bed to get a clot. Modern life sets the perfect stage for clot formation. Long hours sitting at a desk, airplane travel or car trips, dehydration, smoking, inflammation from poor diet, and even certain nutrient deficiencies. Yes, you read that right. Some clots could have been prevented with the right nutrition. Why doctors don't talk about it. Conventional medicine focuses on treating clots after they form, blood thinners, compression stockings, hospital monitoring. But very few doctors talk about prevention through nutrition, especially with something as basic as a vitamin. That's where today's topic comes in. There is a nutrient, proven in multiple studies, that can gently dissolve existing clots and prevent new ones from forming in the first place. You're about to learn what it is, how it works, and how to use it safely. The vitamin that can save your veins. Meet nattokinase. If you've never heard of nattokinase, don't worry, you're not alone. This enzyme comes from a traditional Japanese food called natto, which is made from fermented soybeans. While natto may not be popular in the West due to its sticky texture and strong smell, the enzyme extracted from it, nattokinase, is turning heads in medical research for one powerful reason. It has the ability to dissolve fibrin, the protein that forms the backbone of blood clots. Yes, you read that right. Nattokinase helps break down existing clots and prevent new ones from forming by enhancing your body's natural fibrinolytic activity. But that's just the beginning. How nattokinase works inside your body. Your blood is constantly working to maintain a balance between clotting and thinning. You need clots to stop bleeding when you're injured, but when clots form where they shouldn't, problems begin. Nattokinase works by breaking down fibrin in blood vessels, enhancing plasmin production, a natural clot-dissolving enzyme, improving circulation and reducing blood viscosity. What's impressive is that this doesn't come with the bleeding risk of pharmaceutical blood thinners like warfarin or heparin. Instead, nattokinase gently supports your body's natural defenses, especially when clotting becomes excessive due to inflammation, poor diet, or sedentary behavior. Who should and shouldn't take nattokinase? Now that you know how powerful nattokinase can be, you might be wondering, is this something I should be taking? Let's break it down. People who may benefit. Most nattokinase is especially helpful for individuals who are at higher risk of blood clot formation, but want a natural alternative to pharmaceutical blood thinners. This includes people with sedentary lifestyles or long hours sitting, frequent travelers, risk of DVT on flights, older adults with sluggish circulation, people with a history of mild hypertension or cardiovascular disease, those with a family history of clotting disorders, anyone seeking preventive care against chronic inflammation and clot buildup. Many natural health practitioners recommend nattokinase for those who have trouble with swollen legs, cold feet, or visible varicose veins, early signs of circulatory slowdown. When to be cautious or avoid. Nattokinase is powerful. That's a good thing, but also a reason to be careful. You should not use nattokinase if you're currently taking blood-thinning medications like warfarin, clopidogrel, or aspirin in high doses. You have an active bleeding disorder. You're about to undergo surgery or dental procedures. You've recently had a hemorrhagic stroke. You are pregnant or breastfeeding. Lack of safety data. Also, people with soy allergies should consult a doctor before taking it, although many supplements remove soy proteins during extraction. Nattokinase is not for everyone, but for the right person, it can be a life-changing tool. The key is safe, informed use, not guesswork. Talk to a healthcare provider before starting. The science behind nattokinase. How it dissolves clots. Naturally. You've heard that nattokinase can break down clots. But how does it work? Let's look at the real mechanism, backed by science. What exactly is nattokinase? Nattokinase is a serine protease enzyme, meaning it breaks down proteins. It's extracted from natto, a traditional Japanese food made from fermented soybeans. But this isn't just any enzyme. In the 1980s, Japanese researcher Dr. Hiroyuki Sumi discovered that nattokinase could dissolve artificial fibrin clots in petri dishes faster than any other enzyme tested, including some medical ones. That's when scientists began investigating its therapeutic use in humans. How it works in the body. Nattokinase reduces the risk of clots through multiple biological pathways. Fibrinolytic activity. It breaks down fibrin, the sticky protein that forms the structural net of a blood clot. Blood thinning effect. It gently reduces blood viscosity, thickness, improving overall circulation. Plasmin activation. It stimulates the release of substances like tissue plasminogen activator, TPA, which the body uses to naturally dissolve clots. Anti-inflammatory support. Chronic inflammation plays a big role in clot formation. Nattokinase helps reduce that too. This multi-targeted approach is what makes it so effective yet so gentle when used correctly. Nattokinase isn't just hype, it's supported by real biology. While it's not a drug, its clot-busting and circulation-enhancing properties make it a serious tool in natural health. What the research says. Clinical evidence. You can trust natural remedies, often face skepticism, sometimes with good reason. But when it comes to nattokinase and certain clot-related vitamins, we have something rare in the world of supplements. Real human studies. Let's break them down. Study 1. Nattokinase and fibrin degradation. A landmark clinical study published in the journal Nutrition Research, 2009, tracked 86 people who took 2,000 fibrin units of nattokinase daily for 8 weeks. Results: reduced blood clot formation markers, decreased plasma fibrinogen levels, improved blood flow. Even more impressive, these effects occurred without major changes in blood pressure or negative side effects. Study 2, Vitamin K2 and Arterial Health. A separate study from thrombosis and hemostasis showed that vitamin K2, often found in the same foods as nattokinase, can slow vascular calcification and improve arterial flexibility. This matters because stiff, calcified arteries increase clot risk dramatically. Study 3. Combining enzymes for enhanced protection. Some researchers have explored combining nattokinase with lumbrokinase or serrapeptase for even stronger antithrombotic effects. Early results are promising, but nattokinase remains the most studied and accessible option today. We're not talking about wishful thinking or herbal folklore. These results are peer-reviewed and published. Natural prevention can be effective when grounded in science. The powerful vitamin that helps dissolve clots. naturally. You might be surprised to learn that one of the most powerful tools against blood clots isn't a drug, it's a vitamin, a nutrient that works gently inside your body, improving blood flow and reducing your risk without the side effects of harsh medications. Let's talk about vitamin K2. What is vitamin K2? Vitamin K2 is part of the vitamin K family, but it behaves very differently from the more common K1. While K1 is found in leafy greens and helps your blood clot, K2 helps regulate calcium, not in your bones only, but also in your arteries. Here's why that matters. When calcium builds up in blood vessel walls, it can stiffen them and increase your risk of clot formation. Vitamin K2 activates a protein called matrix GLA protein, MGP, that helps prevent calcium from sticking to your arteries. Vitamin K2 and blood flow studies show that people with higher levels of K2 have better arterial flexibility, lower risk of atherosclerosis, hardening of the arteries, healthier circulation overall. By keeping arteries clean and flexible, K2 indirectly reduces the risk of clots forming, especially in the legs, where blood tends to pool more. This makes it a natural ally against deep vein thrombosis, DVT, and other dangerous circulatory conditions. What kind of K2 should you take? There are two main forms, MK4 and MK7. MK4 is fast-acting, but stays in the body for only a few hours. MK7, especially from natto, a fermented Japanese food, stays active for up to 72 hours, offering longer protection. For clot prevention and artery health, MK7 is usually the preferred form. Warning: not all. K vitamins are the same. Don't confuse K2 with K1. Vitamin K1 helps your blood clot, not what you want if you already have clot risk. Vitamin K2, on the other hand, supports circulation by directing calcium away from arteries. This is a key difference. K2 doesn't make blood thicker. In fact, it helps prevent dangerous clots from forming in the first place. Final thought: vitamin K2 may not be as famous as aspirin or statins, but it's one of the most underrated nutrients for vascular health. If you sit a lot, have poor circulation, or are worried about clots, K2 might be the quiet hero your body needs. Foods rich in vitamin K2, nature's blood flow boosters. Now that we know how powerful vitamin K2 is for your circulation, let's take a closer look at how to get more of it from your diet. Yes, you can take supplements, but some of the best sources of K2 come straight from nature. The problem? Most people aren't eating them. Let's fix that. 1. Natto, fermented soybeans. This is by far the richest natural source of vitamin K, 2-MK7. Just 1 tablespoon of natto contains enough K2 for 3 full days. It's sticky, strong-smelling, and not everyone loves the taste, but it works wonders. If you're serious about improving your circulation, consider adding natto to your meals once or twice a week. 2. Hard cheeses, especially European varieties. Some cheeses, especially aged or fermented ones, are high in K2. Gouda, Edam, Brie, Jarlsberg. They contain MK4 and MK7 in small but meaningful amounts. Just go easy on the portion sizes, especially if you're watching sodium or cholesterol. 3. Grass-fed animal products. Vitamin K2 is stored in animal fat, but only if the animal eats grass. Grass-fed butter, pasture-raised egg yolks, liver from grass-fed beef or chicken. These options contain MK4, which is fast-acting and supportive of arterial flexibility. 4. Fermented fish and meats. Traditional fermented foods like fish roe, fermented sausage, like salami, liver pâté, can contain modest amounts of K2, especially in cultures that preserve food the old-fashioned way. 5. Egg yolks, pasture-raised. Not all egg yolks are equal. Chickens raised outdoors, eating a natural diet, produce yolks richer in K2. Look for pasture-raised on the label, bright orange yolks. higher nutrient density. Should you take a supplement? If your diet is lacking in fermented foods or grass-fed products, a K2-MK7 supplement may be worth considering. Look for 100 to 200 micrograms per capsule. MK7 form fermented source, like natto. Always consult your doctor, especially if you're on blood thinners like warfarin, as K2 can interfere with clotting medications. Vitamin K2 isn't just a bone vitamin, it's a circulation enhancer hiding in plain sight. Adding just a few of these K2-rich foods to your week can improve blood flow, protect your arteries, and reduce clot risk, all without a prescription. The warning signs you can't ignore. When to seek medical help immediately. It's one thing to understand prevention, but it's equally important to recognize when your body is sounding an alarm, especially when a blood clot might already be forming or moving. These next few minutes could save your life, or the life of someone you love. Early symptoms of a blood clot in the leg, DVT. You may not feel pain at first, but here are the subtle signs to watch for: swelling in one leg, especially the calf, a warm sensation in the swollen area, red or bluish skin color, tenderness when pressing the calf, pain when walking, standing, or flexing your foot. If you notice one or more of these and it doesn't go away within hours, seek medical evaluation. Don't wait. Emergency signs of a pulmonary embolism, PE. A blood clot that forms in your leg can break loose and travel to your lungs. This is called a pulmonary embolism, and it can be deadly. Here are the red alert symptoms. Sudden shortness of breath. Sharp chest pain, especially when breathing in. Rapid heartbeat or palpitations. Coughing up blood, fainting or feeling like you're going to faint. If any of these happen, call emergency services immediately. Time is critical. Clots in the lungs can block oxygen flow and lead to sudden death, if not treated within minutes to hours. What tests will doctors run? If you're suspected of having a clot, doctors may use Doppler ultrasound of your legs to detect DVT, D-dimer blood test measures clot activity, CT scan or lung perfusion scan to detect PE, blood oxygen levels and EKG to monitor lung and heart function. The sooner they act, the better the outcome. Common treatments for DVT and PE. Once diagnosed, doctors typically prescribe anticoagulants, blood thinners like apixaban, rivaroxaban, or warfarin, compression stockings to prevent clot migration, thrombolytics, clot-busting drugs in severe cases. Surgery is rare, but in life-threatening PE cases, catheter-directed thrombolysis may be performed to dissolve the clot quickly. Clots aren't always loud. Sometimes they whisper, and if you're not paying attention, that whisper becomes a scream. Know the signs, act quickly, trust your instincts. The earlier you catch a clot, the easier it is to treat, and the more likely you are to walk away safely. Putting it all together, the safe, smart path to clot-free legs. You've learned a lot in this video. From the silent danger of blood clots in the legs to the power of nattokinase, a natural enzyme that gently dissolves fibrin and supports healthy circulation. This knowledge can transform how you take care of your body. But let's break it down into simple steps you can take starting today. Daily habits that protect your legs and life. Here's what you can do to lower your risk every single day. Stay hydrated. Blood thickens when you're dehydrated. Drink water consistently throughout the day. Move every hour, especially during long sitting periods. Flex your calves, stand up, walk a bit. Elevate your legs at the end of the day to reduce venous pressure. Add circulation-friendly foods to your meals: garlic, turmeric, cayenne, ginger, and omega-3s. Consider supplements like nattokinase, only if cleared by your doctor. Limit alcohol and ultra-processed foods that contribute to inflammation. Quit smoking. It directly damages your vascular lining and increases clot risk. Track your progress and risk markers. Ask your doctor about D-dimer levels, marker of clot activity, fibrinogen and CRP, inflammation indicators, vitamin K levels, if you're on blood thinners, ultrasounds, if you've had symptoms before. It's not paranoia, it's prevention. When to work with a specialist. If you have had a clot in the past, have a family history of DVT or PE, are overweight and sedentary, or take medications that increase clot risk, like hormone therapy or cancer drugs, you may benefit from regular checkups with a vascular specialist or hematologist. Don't guess. Get data. Build a prevention plan tailored to you. Blood clots may start small, but they grow fast, and their consequences can be massive. The good news? You are not powerless. You can prevent the worst outcomes with daily awareness, better nutrition, and intelligent supplementation. So don't wait for a crisis to care about your circulation. If this video helped you, leave a comment. What's one habit you'll start today to protect your legs and your life? And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with someone who sits all day, travels often, or struggles with poor circulation. This small action might save a life.